It started in 1993, not with a grand vision of artificial intelligence, but with a simple bet on the future of pixels. Jensen Huang and his co-founders believed that PCs would one day need dedicated hardware, just to handle complex mathematics. For a decade, this was the entire business model, selling improved graphics cards to teenagers, one box at a time. It worked. The video game industry exploded, and NVIDIA became the engine room for a generation of digital entertainment. But while the world saw better textures and lighting, NVIDIA saw something else. They saw a processor capable of parallel tasks. In 2006, they made a decision that confused Wall Street. They split their focus: CPU for serial tasks, GPU for everything else. This was the birth of CUDA, a software layer that allowed developers to talk directly to the graphics card. It was a massive gamble. They effectively built a walled garden before there was anyone around to live inside it. Suddenly, university researchers realized they didn't need a supercomputer. They just needed a gaming card. The hardware was the body, yeah, but the code became the soul. And once you built on their platform, you couldn't leave. With the software lock-in secured, the manufacturing scale began to ramp up. They mastered the art of the fabless model, designing the blueprints, but letting others take the manufacturing risk. This allowed them to move faster than Intel, leaner, shipping millions of units without owning a single factory. The result was engineering marvels like the H100, not just a chip, but the most complex piece of silicon ever produced. These weren't just for gaming anymore, they were the new infrastructure of the modern economy. Then came the first stress test. The crypto boom turned their gaming hardware into money printing machines. Revenue soared. The stock chart went vertical, but it was volatile, and ultimately a distraction. Because behind the scenes, the strategy hadn't changed. The leather jacket keynotes were still preaching one thing: accelerated computing. The real customer wasn't the gamer or the miner, it was the data center. Massive facilities requiring liquid cooling built entirely to house NVIDIA's architecture. When generative AI finally arrived, it didn't run on Intel, it ran on NVIDIA. From self-driving algorithms to automated logistics, the entire AI revolution had a single point of failure. Industry after industry began to retool. If you wanted to compete in AI, you had to pay the toll. They had become the central nervous system of the tech world. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, they all compete with each other, but they all buy from NVIDIA. Now they move into biology, decoding DNA sequences with the same math used to render video games. Building digital twins of factories and cities before a single brick is laid. NVIDIA isn't just a hardware company anymore, they are the vault where the world's compute power is stored. A $3 trillion empire built on the bet that the world would always need more speed. They control the hardware, they own the software, and for now, they have no equal.